Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your Vibe Mentor, bringing you another video on how to raise your vibration so you can live your best life. Let's talk repressed emotions and how they show up in our lives. So we know that, the body keeps the score, emotions are housed in the body, but I don't think we fully understand how repressed emotions show up in our lives. So when I read this list, it was pretty fascinating. So this comes from a book called 101 Essays. I highly recommend it. Definitely do check it out. So there are 16 ways that repressed emotions show up in our life. So our self-image may be polarized. We either feel really great or we feel like garbage, and there's very little in between. We may be anxious when participating in social situations because we feel we can't show up as we are. We feel that we have to perform, otherwise be subject to judgment. We may catastrophize. One bad remark is cause for an existential crisis, right? One comment from a partner is cause to rethink the whole entire relationship. Number 4 is we exist in comparison to others. We are only as attractive or more or less than the next person in the room, right? So if there's a very good looking person in the room, we may feel less attractive. If we're the best looking person in the room, we feel very attractive, right? Number 5 is we cannot tolerate being wrong because we associate making a mistake with our value and our worth. Essentially, it invalidates us as a person. Number 6 is random, almost unprecedented outbursts of anger or very small and unimportant things. Number 7 is you complain constantly about things that are not really warranted due to a subconscious desire for others to see and acknowledge your pain, which I find very fascinating. This happens a lot around me. We're indecisive. We don't trust our own thoughts, opinions, choices will be good or right the first time, so we overthink and we overthink and we overthink and we get caught in that loop. You may procrastinate, which is another way of saying that you're in a fairly regular state of dis-ease with yourself, that you cannot simply allow flow, which is a state of suppression, right? You would rather feel superior to other people than feel connected to other people, which I see all the time in spiritual bypassing. It's really kind of disappointing, honestly. But 11, when someone you know is successful or immediate, when someone you know, your immediate response is to pick at their faults instead of admiring their acknowledgments. Number 12 is relationships end for similar reasons consistently. You feel anxiety over similar things, and even though time goes by, you think it would dissipate, the patterns still exist. You're resentful of whomever you think is responsible for your pain or your lack of success or inability to choose. Number 14, you feel as though you can't really open your heart to anyone. You can't trust anyone. Number 15 is the spotlight complex. You feel that everyone is watching you and is invested in how your life turns out. They aren't and they are not, right? And number 16, we are afraid to move on even though we want to. We may be ready to move on mentally, but until we process the accompanying feelings, we will remain exactly where we are. So let me know, how many of these did you resonate with? Do you see these around you? Do you recognize the need to start processing emotion? And if so, I will definitely do a video for you on how to process emotion. So do please subscribe here and check out the next video just in case it happens to be how to process emotion. Otherwise, I will link it below for you as soon as it is ready. And I will see you on the next video. I love you guys. Namaste.